Alright, YouTube Axis Analyze brethren, welcome back to Tour It 2 for this 42.2 Axis Analyze edition game between No Limit as the Allies and myself, Captain Jack, as the Axis. This is Germany's round 3 turn, and so for its purchases, it will be, for its production, I keep trying to correct myself on that, for its production, I don't like using the term purchases. It's fine if anybody else does, but I just don't. We're going to produce 5 tanks, 1 fighter, 1 infantry, and 1 artillery. And that'll leave 1 IPC left to spend for next round. They had 48 to spend. We're using up 47 of them to produce 1 fighter, 5 tanks, 1 infantry, and 1 artillery. All right, so there's going to be 3 battles this turn. We've got 1 in Archangel. We've got 1 in West Russia. And there's also going to be 1 in the Caucasus. All right, so into the Caucasus is going to go 1 tank and 1 infantry from the Ukraine. Into West Russia, 4 infantry from Belarusia is going to go in along with the 4 fighters. We're going to take 3 fighters. 3 fighters in. So we'll have 3 fighters going in to West Russia. And then in Archangel, we're going to have 1 tank from Belarusia. It's going to go through Karelia, along with 1 bomber and 1 fighter. The bomber's coming from Karelia and the fighter's coming from Karelia. All right, the bomber will have 5 movements left in its fuel gauge. I'm not even sure I've got a 5. I can't find my 5 space marker, so the bomber's got 5. The fighter will have 3 movements left in its fuel gauge. And the 3 fighters from West Russia will also have 3 movements left in their fuel gauge. All right, so we'll get those dice ready for those 3 battles, and I'll be right back. All right, so for the first battle in the Caucasus, should be a pretty simple one. We just have 1 blue die representing the German tank and 1 black die representing the German infantry, going against 1 green die in the Russian the Russian infantry. All right, so here goes the roll. Roll all these at one time. And the tank got a hit, and so did the artillery. So each one of us will lose an infantry. But the Caucasus is now back in possession of the Germans. So Russia will move. Let's see, Russia had taken back Archangel, West Russia, and the Caucasus. So I believe it was at 25 to begin this round. Correct me, No Limit. I missed your IPC recap, but I believe it's at 25. So it'll drop back down to 21 after losing the Caucasus. Germany will go up 4 after losing 7 from 36, I believe it is. I believe they had 36, they'll be up to 40. Again, correct me if I'm wrong about those IPC values, but I believe that is right. Okay. All right, so for the next battle, we've got West Russia, 4 infantry and 3 fighters going up against 2 artillery. So 4 infantry will be represented by 4 black die for the Germans. 3 fighters will be represented by 3 blue dice. And the artillery will be represented by 2 green die. The artillery for West Russia, that is. For Russia. All right, so we better roll all this at one time. Here we go. Wow, out of all of that, 1 hit. One of the fighters hit, but that's it. So 1 artillery unit. Oh, no. I'm sorry, I didn't see this black one here. I don't know how I missed that. It must have been the glare. So 2 hits. 1 from the infantry, 1 from the fighter. Eliminates both artillery, and neither one of the artillery units hit. As you can see, both green die missed. Both green die missed. So West Russia is now back in possession of Germany. Russia goes down to 19. Germany goes up to 42. And they take that with 4 infantry. All right, so last is Archangel. We've got 1 tank at a 3, 1 fighter at a 3, and 1 bomber at a 4. And the artillery will be firing back at a 2, the Russian artillery. Again, we can roll all these at one time. Here we go. And the fighter, well, we've got 2 hits anyway. So the artillery for Soviet Union has been eliminated. They did not get a return fire, a return hit. So that'll be all for that artillery. Archangel is now back in possession of Germany. Russia will go down to 18. Germany will go up to 43, back to 43. All right, so I'll be back with non-combat movements. All right, so for non-combat movements, the bomber and all the planes, the bombers and the fighters, all of them, will go back to Belarusia. So back to Belarusia with all the planes. The 3 tanks in Germany are going to move to Belarusia as well. And I'll chip those out before the unit recap. So 3 tanks from Germany to Belarusia. The 2 infantry and the 2 artillery are going to move to the Baltic states. And the tank in France is going to move 2 spaces into Poland. The 2 subs in C-Zone 15 are going to move 2 spaces into C-Zone 13. And that, sorry, just about forgot. All the artillery, all the infantry, and the AA gun are going to move into the Ukraine. They came from Bulgaria, Romania. They're going into Ukraine. All right. So that should do it for non-combat. For unit placement, all the tanks, 5 tanks are going down into Germany. The fighter is going down into Germany as well. An infantry and an artillery are going down in Karelia. All right, so Germany will also collect 43 IPCs for this turn, carrying over 1 from this round, so they'll have 44 IPCs left to spend next turn. Okay, so for unit recap, what we've got here is 2 subs in C-Zone 13, 3 subs in C-Zone 8. In France, 2 AA guns, 2 fighters, and 5 infantry. In Germany, there's 5 tanks and 1 fighter. In the Caucasus, there's 1 tank. In the Ukraine, there's 3 artillery, 4 infantry, and 1 AA gun. In Poland, there's 1 tank. In Baltic states, there's 2 artillery and 2 tanks. In Karelia, there's 1 infantry and 1 artillery. In Archangel, there's 1 tank. West Russia, there's 4 infantry. And I'm going to chip out Belarusia and do that one real quick. Hold on just a second. For Belarusia, there are 4 fighters, 1 bomber, and 13 tanks. So that will do it for unit recap. So next up will be No Limit doing the UK turn. So from the Turret 2 in Wake Forest, North Carolina, this is Captain Jack, over and out.